4, 3, 2, 1.
Whether you've been married 1 or 20 plus years, at some point you realize you married into crazy. And that's what our show is all about. If your marriage or relationship is compassionate, real, accountable, zealous and yielding, or just plain crazy, Snooks and Lovey offer love, laughter, and a dose of reality as they unpack this thing called marriage. Sit back, relax, and get your ear hustle on. It's time to start the conversation.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy E.T. Look, if you're looking to or you got to raise the bar on your marriage, you gotta click the link and get into Married into Crazy, y'all. I'm telling you, this coaching is gonna take your relationship to another level. Now look, you already know you need to raise the bar. You know that already. So stop thinking or overthinking. Click that link, and Marriage into Crazy is gonna take you and your spouse to marital bliss. Now you know. Click the button. Let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of the Married into Crazy podcast with Snooks and Lovey.
I'm Snooks.
And I'm Lovey. So we're trying to mix things up a little bit. And I hope you enjoyed last month's series of interviews that took place. It was all about celebrating the month of love, but also Black history. So we brought you some really cool individuals that were doing big things. And so we're excited for them, and we're excited that hopefully it provided some value for you. Get some nuggets here and there to apply to your marriage also.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's just thinking about the knowledge piece of it. So I saw a clip with Tom Hanks.
Okay.
And Tom Hanks was talking about, I don't even remember where he was, but this was like a number of years ago. And I think he met someone, and they were from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I want to say they may have been a survivor of the riots. And so he was like, well, and I'm trying to remember exactly what he was saying, but he was like, well, what is that? And he was just almost appalled that he had never heard of the Tulsa riots. And he was like, how is that possible? That is not something that's being taught in school, And I'm nodding my head like I'm right there with him, but
right.
A number of people, so many people that do not know about that. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know about it till I was like
grown,
very grown, What did I think of? I thought of Rosewood initially, that was, but then you start learning more. But it was just something that I want to say it just kind of blew my mind, but it blew him away. And he was like, "How? What do you mean?" And they were like, "Go look it up." And he went and he looked it up, and he was just like I said, he was appalled, like astonished that is something that happened, and it's not something that they are learning. He's like, I never knew that. I should learn that in school.
That's a part of American history. There's a lot of parts of American history that don't get shared. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot going on now that when you have American history, which slavery is a part of American history, that is getting
rebranded,
curated, and being shared, in a way that does not depict exactly what happened.
That annoys me, and I don't want to go into a big old tangent
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
That just annoys me
because it's not. There's no reference point for our podcast, but I do. It's one of those things you look up and just get involved. Today is Super Tuesday.
I was about to say today is Tuesday. Well, I mean, by the time y'all hear this, it will be Wednesday. But
I hope you voted.
Hopefully you voted. Because everyone has a right to whatever, but don't be a problem, be part of the solution. So getting out there, making sure that your voice is heard, it may not go the way that you want it to go, but at least you participated.
Agreed. And you don't have a voice without representation. Mm-hmm. You have to represent by showing up, whether it's by mail-in ballots. And I don't care if you're Republican, if you're a Democrat, if you're libertarian, independent, whatever, whatever party, or, you just writing everybody in as much as you possibly can, but you have a voice. Use that voice to make sure that you're doing something or at least You're going to vote for somebody that's going to represent you in the best way possible and your views.
I didn't mean for it to go there, but it
Yes,
was
you
just
did.
when we were just talking about the knowledge, and one of our speakers, not our speakers, but one of our guests that we interviewed were the founders of the creators of Black Wall Street. So that was just a good thing. We just talked about it
Right.
or whatever, and then I happened to see him so you can get some learning, and you can also have a good time with the game. So don't forget about that.
The game is called Black Wall Street.
Play Black Wall
She's
Street.
talking about them and they and the and
Oh,
didn't
I'm
mention
sorry,
a
I'm
word.
sorry.
Like, what is it? People are like, what is she talking about? What is it? What game is it?
Black Wall Street.
So Black Wall Street, you can go to playblackwallstreet.com in order to check them out. And again, it's always been voted by Essence. It's one of the top games you need to have when it comes time for Christmas. But that's not what we wanted to talk
How
about.
come you didn't just check me and be like, babe, say the name? You go hear she talking about, because
Welcome to my world, folks. Hey, look, this podcast is all things marriage. Like 27 years of marriage between the two of us. And
okay.
I know she was going to go, as soon as I said that, I know she was going to go, wait, between the two of us, you got another marriage? Between us, it's 27 years, but between my other wives.
Yeah, he got another family stashed somewhere. I just haven't found them yet.
No, but what I wanted to really focus on going into this particular podcast is we're shifting things a little bit. We're going to do something a little different a little bit later on, but we're excited because we just came back from a radio show yesterday, 2 days ago.
2 days.
We were able to participate on the Songs of Praise gospel show. We were invited to come in and share our testimony, our story, and that was a lot of fun.
We were invited to be there at 6 a.m.
She didn't appreciate the part where we had to get up like at dark early at 4 something in the morning in order to drive an hour away in order to go in studio and be with these incredible gentlemen over at KDVS.
It was fun. I liked it. I enjoyed myself, just having, like you said, we were able to share our testimony or part of it, and even just have conversation, like he said, with two incredible men, and listen to some gospel music. It was nice.
It was a lot of fun, and we've been invited to come back. So they're setting up some dates for us to come back. They want it to be a hopefully not a one and done, but they said that they would like to have us back periodically. So who knows? Maybe at some point, get a little marriage minute in there somewhere.
And Lovey even got to do his radio voice.
We are not going there. I did get to do my radio voice just to make sure that they heard me loud and clear. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast. But look, here's what I want to do. I want to remind everybody that this is March, right? Everybody gets geared up for March Madness. When it comes to basketball, it's NCAA, women's bracket or women's teams, as well as the men's teams. But we're not going to talk basketball. We're going to talk about MIC Madness, or at least mention it as we get to our topic for the day. So MIC Madness, what is that? That is something that we created because we want to give back to you. There's an opportunity for you, for those of you that have purchased Married into Crazy gear, like, you see the little fly sweatshirt that I'm wearing right now.
And my nice t-shirt.
There's hats, there's house stuff, there's pillows, blankets, the whole 9 yards, mugs. There's a variety of things. So if you've purchased something in the past, you can actually take a picture, post it on social media, tag us at Married into Crazy, and then go ahead and put in a hashtag MIC Madness. And what that will do is enter you automatically into a sweepstakes. We're giving away 5 $20. Did I say $5 $20? No, I'm sorry. I'm lying. I am so lying.
$10.
5 $10 gift cards for Amazon. You're like, oh, $10. What am I going to do with $10? Look, it goes a long way. It takes 10. Look, if they're
Especially
giving
if
you
you
a $10 off right there at the moment at the register, you'd be like, oh, I'd love that. Mm-hmm. So this is what we're trying to do. We're giving back to you. And if you're saying, well, I don't have any gear, you can go to marriedintocrazy.com, click on the store, and the world will open up for you as far as the gear is concerned. So participate in MIC Madness and get yourself a little $10 Amazon gift card coming your way. Mm-hmm. So we encourage everybody to do that. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. It is March Madness.
Okay.
Right? It's the month of March.
It's March Madness.
And we're kicking off MIC Madness.
It's Mick Madness.
So I want to do something a little different. I want us to start every now and then incorporating some snippets, kind of like a reaction video. I want you to take a look at a video, and this is going to be a sports figure talking about teamwork, but I want to hear
A sports figure.
I want you
Teamwork.
to take what he's saying, and all of you as well, for those of you that are listening or watching, to think about what this means for marriage.
Okay, so just let the record show that he's like, it's a sports figure, and I want you to take a look at it. But he not, he got to see it before, so he can be all prepared with what he is gonna say. So I'm just putting that out there for y'all. Y'all saw how he did me, right? Did you? Did you see?
No, I did not see.
Not you, them.
Oh, them?
They saw.
So here's what I want to do. Let me go ahead and get this situated. I'm getting this set
Is
up.
this somebody I like?
You will see in just a second. All right. So here we go.
I had a teammate that spoke to me and said, "Hey, Cole, I just want to feel like as a teammate, you need me." Duh. Yeah, of course. But I had to kind of think about where that was coming from for him and his story and his journey and what that meant to him. And that opened my eyes to there's a bigger game being played. It's not just basketball, but it's the emotions of each individual and the backstory that they're carrying with them, the baggage that they're carrying with them. And if I really want to be a champion and be a great teammate, I have to understand what those mean to help them become better and in turn, help me.
I miss Kobe.
I know. I remember where we were.
Yeah, standing in line in Brenda's in Oakland.
Yep. So let me ask you. So that clip, what did that mean to you?
So basically he was saying, I'm just going to, because I got to rehash and process my own way. So basically he was saying he had a teammate that said he wanted to feel important or that he's needed. And Kobe was like, duh. But he had to remember or think about the things that maybe where it came from from the teammate, where he was coming from, a place of where,
Right.
So, and in order for Kobe to
You didn't see it again?
be better, help him, it helps Kobe, basically, right? I could watch it 10 times, bruh.
Well, you might need to, because I feel like you don't remember what you saw.
But okay, you saw it.
No,
Is that
exactly.
It's
It's teamwork, right? So he's talking about teamwork specifically.
You didn't answer my question. So was my synopsis.
It's pretty close, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, I can't say it's pretty close. It is to you what it is to you, right?
Okay.
That's your perspective. That's your perception.
So did you get that from that video?
To a certain extent. That's what I like to talk about.
Okay. Don't give me no attitude.
I'm giving attitude.
Y'all about to, Lovey about to get it.
No, but from a standpoint of sports, I like where Kobe was going with this because he was talking, at least to me, about how his teammate needed to feel needed. Mm-hmm. Kobe had there was a perception. He had a reputation
that he is a control.
That he was a ball hog.
I was gonna say ball hog, but
that's what it was. But we've learned so much after the fact that Kobe basically was like, I put in the work, and I can't pass the ball to somebody that shows up to practice late, that doesn't do all the things that he's supposed to do. You're jogging up and down. Why would I pass the ball to you? You're not being a good teammate. And so that was his mindset. People didn't know that. People thought, oh, he's being a ball hog. But no, what it came down to was like, elevate your game. I'm doing everything I can to elevate this team. You do it as well. But anyway, this person basically went to him and said, I want to feel valued as a teammate. Mm-hmm. And I think that relates to marriage, where I think each of us want to feel valued, want to feel heard, want to feel as if they're needed in a relationship, in our marriage. Mm-hmm. And Kobe said that, and that person said that, his initial response was like, duh, of course, For us, it'd be like, duh, of course, I married you. I asked you to marry me. Or I said yes when you asked me. But things get lost in translation. We stop being compassionate, thinking about how this person might feel in different situations. And so Kobe on the court had to sit there and say, okay, I had to think about Where was that coming from? What baggage? What did this person bring into this relationship on the team that makes them feel like it? What have I done to make them feel like they're not valued, or that maybe they're not being heard? And I think that there's a lot of relevance there when it comes to our relationships.
Okay. I agree with that. I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in my mind, but so I understand what he was saying, because and even like what you're saying, I want to feel valued, but is it the responsibility of the partner to make you feel valued?
I think there's a process that's involved where you have to let it be known that you feel undervalued, or that you feel as if there's something missing. I think
that was just a question.
I think that the onus is on me. If I feel like you're not listening to me, and I don't feel valued, and I'm feeling some kind of way, I can do one of two things. I can either just internalize that, get angry, get upset, and lash out and tell everybody about what a horrible spouse you are, because you don't talk to me. You don't let me do this. You don't let me do that. Or I can go to you and be like, I need to feel valued. And this is how I feel.
And then I would say, okay, so what do I need to do to make you feel valued? Or we would work that out together, right?
Right.
Because these are action items. When you're like Kobe, he was focused on winning. I want to win because I'm a winner. And not that the other people were not focused on winning. It is almost like, in my mind, he was very linear with his this is the track to get to winning. And we stay in this lane, but everyone's not wired like that. I'm focused on winning too, but that's not my only focus on the court. So then it might be to you, because you're so linear, my complexities are going to make you think this girl is not serious. She's not blah, blah, blah. That's how I'm thinking of it.
No, I mean,
so
go ahead.
That could create a problem, because my process may be different from yours. Winning is important, but it's not the end all or what have you. So unless I think like you, like, no, we all linear, this is it, ain't nothing else that matters or whatever, that's going to be a challenge, right?
I don't see it that way. Because, look, yeah, winning is this, but there's one way to win. Okay, he's talking basketball, right? Mm-hmm. So there's one way to win, and that is putting the ball in the hoop and stopping the other team from not putting the ball in the hoop. Mm-hmm. And we got to figure out a way to do that, all five of us on the court versus the other five. And there's a way to do that. There's hustle. There's a variety of things. I'm talking about taking that and then applying it to, we want to win as a couple. So if we want to win as a couple, using your vernacular, we want to win as a couple, we want to actually, there's a variety of ways we can do this. If we look through the lens of being married into crazy, being more compassionate, more real, more accountable, more zealous, more yielding. Mm-hmm. There's all these these 5 different pillars, these 5 different lanes that we can go down. And, being more compassionate is turning an ear towards you and having a lens trying to see things through your perspective. So there's a variety of different ways we can do this. If there was being more zealous, being more yielding, there's a variety of different ways. But the bottom line is, I can't sit there and say, well, you know what? I want to win as a couple while I sit, up in the bedroom watching pornography rather than holding your hand, or rather than, what I mean? Like,
okay, it doesn't have to be that extreme though.
No, but it doesn't. I'm just using it as an example.
Right. So, but I mean, I feel like I could say I want to win, and so but because I'm not holding your hand or blah blah, that might be their mindset. It's like, well, kind of like with a husband or a wife. I work 3 jobs. What do you mean I don't love you? I'm showing you that I love you. So it's in the way that we do things that show that we want to be winners, that I value you. Because it comes back, it doesn't just come back to what our love language is. it goes back to what I feel like experience is what we saw,
Exactly.
Well, okay, so yeah, I saw my dad work. That don't mean nothing.
And then and it's funny because Kobe mentioned that, right? He said that, what were
What?
your experiences? What were the
Right.
things? What was the baggage you brought in? What did you experience before that gives you that perspective now? And we have to do that as husband and wife, to be able to look at each other and pause when things are going down and think, what is causing this right now?
Well, and kudos to the guy, the teammate, because he could have not said anything and just had resentment, like so many do in marriages. Couples don't talk about, or the spouse that's angry or feels slighted won't discuss or won't have that conversation with, this is what happened and this is why I feel this way, or blah, blah, blah. They internalize it and it stays all in, and you going on about your business and thinking that everything is fine, but I'm mad as hell, and I'm pissed off, and I'm, because I didn't say anything, because I've already decided in my mind, you ain't gonna listen, and it's not gonna make a difference because you are who you are. So I'm saying kudos to the guy for saying, bruh, and being mature and being vulnerable, because to say that I want to feel valued, I'm opening myself up. I'm being very transparent, because I don't feel valued right now, because you're the star. Number one, you're the team brand. They could trade me tomorrow. They ain't never going to get rid of you. So how do we make that to where you feel like I need you, or you need me, even though Kobe's like, duh, I know I can't do it by myself. But if his actions are saying, I can do it by myself,
Right, exactly. And it's funny you say that, because when you say he's the brand, the first thing I thought of was the Lakers, quite honestly, had 3 brands. Really 2.
Magic and Kobe.
I would say the third might have been Kareem.
Amongst that.
And even
Okay.
LeBron. See, LeBron's on the team now. LeBron's not the brand.
Who's the brand?
Still Kobe and Magic.
Well, so so they're the brand for their team. I mean, because you can't, I feel like you can't, the brand is the brand right now. Those that are contributing, those that are, what are they doing for? That's what I mean. So who is Shaq?
No.
Whose brand is Shaq?
No. But I don't even want to go there. I took us down a path. I don't want to go there. No, I took us down a path. It has nothing to do with marriage. Has nothing to do with the conversation we're having. I should never even said that.
Yeah, because
she wants to go in now.
Because, well, I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm when I say Kobe is the brand, because whoever the franchise, I'll say it like that. Maybe not the brand, but he's the franchise player. The guy that they don't get rid of, the guy that's out in the front, the guy that they build. If it was football, offenses around or defenses around, right, or whatever, And
like you said, kudos to the guy for saying, for having the cojones to be able to say, like, hey, man, this is, or somebody might say that's a moment of weakness. Like, I need to feel needed. He's all sensitive. Nah, that was very
real.
strong.
That was
very strong.
That was very strong. And we have to start thinking differently about how we view weakness. Because I state, this is what I want, I'm stating my intentions. It's everything that we tell everybody. You should be able to say X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. But I just have to pick on the men, from the machismo, however you say that word, from their perspective, man, that's weak. Like you said,
I don't say that,
but I'm just saying in general, I'm generalizing. I don't mean to step on toes or hurt anyone's feelings, but, it's we need to think about what weakness really means, and how it comes across. Because to say what you want, state what you want.
Say what you just.
Well, and you said it. You put it out there, and you were, I'm telling you what I want. I'm telling you how I feel. I'm telling you what I need.
And that's what we need to do more of in our relationships.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do that more and more as husband and wife, and having these conversations. And so, as a matter of fact, how do you go about doing that? And that brings us to a new segment of the show called Raise the Bar. Hey, how do you raise the bar in your marriage? How do you raise the bar in your relationship? And this is sponsored by
Raise the bar.
Raise the Bar. So there's a series. If you go to raisethebarmarriage.com, so it's raisethebarmarriage.com, you'll actually see some of the videos and things that are all open to you. This is available. So there's 18 videos, and it's for $147. And what it is, basically, it's training by Married Into Crazy that was developed for another organization, and then we had the opportunity to get it back. So we have made this available to everyone. $147, 18 videos. It's kind of a DIY. Do it at your own pace type development when it comes to your relationship. It's good for premarital. It's good for married individuals. Take a look at the videos, and you'll be able to see some of the testimonies of people that have actually utilized this, real couples across the United States that have been using it. This segment is there, and I think Snooks kicked something and made it fall. That is horrible. So I had to pick up my little doohickey, my stream deck, because Snooks kicked it and it fell. And you got an air horn. I gave myself an air horn. But look, so here's the section. So Raise the Bar is about selecting one actionable thing that you can do to raise the bar, that you can do right now before we even get off this podcast. Go ahead and read that first one right there.
Schedule weekly check-ins. Dedicate 30 minutes to discuss wins, challenges, and goals for the week.
And so why is that important?
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah, I'm asking you, why is that important?
Because that's the only time you listen to me.
She's right. She ain't lying. That's it. She get 30 minutes. That's it.
Whatever.
No, just playing. But we a lot of the couples, so when we do couple-to-couple coaching, and by the way, Raise the Bar is something to stand in for our couple-to-couple coaching. If you don't feel like you really want to do, this is for those individuals that say, I don't know if I want to go to therapy. I'm not quite sure what that's all about. I don't want to go to coaching, and sit in front of somebody and meet with them. The Raise the Bar program is phenomenal for those individuals because you can actually do it yourself, right? And just watch the videos and then have discussions in the comfort of your home or wherever. So, but this right here, checking in with each other, is something that we're able to do and be able to have it on the calendar every week just to find out, how are we doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it prevents that major blow up, of something that is bothering you that you never got off your chest, or there was not an opportunity to discuss some things or whatever. Okay, I'll save it for the check-in or whatever. Checking in means I'm seeing how you're doing, how I can be a better partner, and I'm discussing with you some of the things that I would like to see happen. So the check-in is very important, and it's a way of not taking each other for granted too, because a lot of times we think, I already know what he's going to say, or all she want to do is, or, so no, now I get to hear directly from him, because I'm not a mind reader, what he wants to do or how he's feeling. And he's telling me, I'm not guessing, So.
Exactly. So that's an actual item. So if you want to raise the bar in your marriage or in your relationship, create a 30-minute check-in once a week at a predetermined time, something that you will follow like clockwork. Thursday, 8 p.m. at the kitchen table or on the couch, we're going to do our check-in.
Go ahead.
No?
I was going to say, and make sure it's not just, you're not surface level stuff. Like, oh, how are you? Oh, how's the weather? Oh, how was work? I mean, I feel like these are type of things that you probably ask every day. How was work? Or how was, the check-in goes a little bit deeper.
It's really about just really checking in. Like, how am I doing? How am I, like, look, here's a great way to actually start off. Thinking, how do I even start this conversation? Okay, if you were to give me a grade, like in school, A, B, C, D, F, better not say F. No.
Incomplete. No.
Yeah, there's a lot. There could be an incomplete, where it's like, okay, so if you were to grade me, how would you grade me as a husband? And then
you want me to answer for real?
No. But ask that and grade each other.
Really?
But be open to the critique. Be open to the feedback that you get, Because look, don't ask a question if you're not ready for the answer.
Mm-hmm.
And be prepared to work on it, whatever that may be. You might think, oh, I'm doing great. I should get an A. But she says, or he says, oh, I'll give you a C. And here's why. It's not an opportunity to be vengeful, to be spiteful, to be cruel. We want you to actually be honest, but also be prepared to offer some recommendations on how a person goes from a C to a B, from a B to an A. But check in just to see how you're doing, because you don't want it to fester and grow to the point where all of a sudden you're facing a divorce like we were in year 4 of our marriage.
Wow.
We didn't check in.
23 years ago. That's crazy.
We did not check in. And then it just got to a point where I'm happy-go-lucky, eating my food. And she's like, I want a divorce.
Here we go.
I'm not even going to go into it. But look, that is your raise the bar moment for this particular podcast. So I hope this was beneficial to you. We're trying to shorten things up a little bit. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Please go out, subscribe to the podcast, leave a comment wherever you're listening to the podcast, share it with a friend. If each one of you can go out and recommend it to a friend, specifically to a married friend or a person that wants to be married, recommending Married into Crazy to your single friend that's kind of playing the field, probably not the right fit. I'm just saying. There's other podcasts for that individual. But if you want to talk to somebody specifically that you think needs to really look at how they view teamwork within their relationship, like we talked about and used the segment, that clip of Kobe, recommend it to that individual. Somebody that you think would truly value the information that was shared today. So with that, like we always say, until the next time.
Okay, but don't forget also to go on.
Why does she always add on? I'm trying to close things out.
I'm just giving a reminder. Don't forget to go to get some gear and take the picture and post it.
For MIC Madness.
Yes. Ugh.
She always wants the last word.
And then when I don't talk, he gets upset.
Until the next time.
Talking? Be blessed.
Bye.
Bye.
Do some editing.
Thank you for listening to the Married into Crazy podcast with Snooks and Lovey. Please like, subscribe to, and review the show wherever you access it, and tell a friend about us. Visit marriedintocrazy.com and see how Snooks and Lovey can bless your marriage directly.